one.
Happy Wednesday. Oh, jeez.
Happy Wednesday, Boomer.
You interrupted me. Happy Wednesday. We're a few minutes later than what we had posted because we got to chit-chatting about some things that I think would be beneficial for
me, but yeah,
everybody.
always trying to fix me.
Yeah.
You and everybody else. Gail, Coley, everybody's trying to fix me. I've done okay. Speaking of which, congrats. I see that you are one of the top mortgage lenders.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Congrats.
Yep. Thank you.
I know how hard you work.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
I just got that notification yesterday. It was unexpected, and I texted Darren. It's our team that allows everything to happen. So
it's awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, so today we are going. Oops, I'm doing my coffee cup, aren't I? Sorry.
Why don't we get a pen to click at the same time?
I think we could do
that. Might be equally as annoying.
I'm sorry, you're annoying.
Trying to make me crazy.
I'm truthful.
You're annoying.
I had a little truth serum before I came here.
Yeah, great. Sorry. Okay, we are going to talk today about putting yourself in the best position as a buyer with non-contingent offers and using a bridge loan to accommodate that if you do have the equity.
Yep. Yeah, so non-contingent offers, if you're not writing a cash offer, you need to be non-contingent in most cases to be as competitive as you can. And that's my team's primary job, is to make your offer stand out, so when an agent writes it, you have the best possibility of it being accepted, all things
Correct.
equal. So let's say you have a house to sell. That's when it's a contingent offer.
Yes.
That means the listing agent and the seller have to agree to allow you time to sell your house.
And the way our purchase agreements are written in West Michigan, if you write an offer contingent on the listing and sale of your house, they have the right to accept another offer.
Okay.
Yep. So they still have that right to accept another offer. So you've tied it up for a minute.
Yep.
But in this market, most of the time, they're not even going to need to accept that offer.
Yep. Gotcha.
Okay.
And so we want your offers to be as competitive as absolute possible.
Correct.
And so by doing things, when you do have a house to sell, we look at every time someone comes in, we look at, can we get this to be a non-contingent offer? And when you've got a house to sell, one of the biggest tools we use, if you're not just sitting on a stack of cash to pay off a mortgage or whatever, it's using the piggy bank that you have built over the years, and that's your home.
Created wealth by owning a
Created
home.
wealth. Okay? So I've come up with just kind of a typical scenario with some round numbers, so hopefully everybody can track it. But let's say you bought a house for $150,000, let's say 15 years ago, put some sweat equity into it, let's say it's worth $300 right now.
Yep, that would be about right.
Not out of the ordinary,
right,
given where prices have gone. Yep. Appreciation, let's say you've got $100,000 of a mortgage left on that now $300,000 home. You've got $200,000 of equity.
We like equity.
We like equity. That is a piggy bank that you can essentially tap into if you have the right tools.
Correct.
And a bridge loan is the right tool, I would say 9 times out of 10. So when you've got a mortgage, we look at, does it make sense to pay it off or does it not make sense? We're going to look at all these numbers. I know it bores you to death, but that's what I love.
You are boring with your round number. Yeah.
So when we look at a bridge loan, you're essentially tapping into your home equity and deploying that in various ways. There's a lot of lenders that don't do bridge loans.
Not the way you do, especially.
Well, there's just not every lender does bridge loans, first of all.
Right.
The ones that do them, typically there's going to be some caveat. It's like a 6-month payback. We don't have a 6-month payback. You could literally be in the bridge loan for 25 years. I would not advise that, but that's the length. And I'll tell you why that's important in a second.
Okay.
So there's some caveat on a 6-month type of time frame where you need to pay that off. Works? Not all cases. Most of the time, the lender can only use the money that you've got built up in your piggy bank at your house for down payment purposes on the new place.
Okay.
You follow me?
I'm following you.
So let's say you don't have any cash. You need a down payment. That's what most lenders are able to use, that bridge loan money, that equity that you've got. They can deploy it for a big down payment.
But that is not the best.
Not always the best.
Right.
So what our team's mission is to systematically reduce your debt to income, which is the biggest enemy we have when you're trying to write a non-contingent offer. Basically, can you afford 2 homes at the same time? Property taxes, insurance, any other debts you have, whether you have a mortgage or not. You don't always have 2 mortgages.
Right.
We're trying to lower your debt to income. And if you can only use your money that you've built up over time for down payment purposes, that's not going far enough. We literally systematically reduce your debt to income by paying off higher cost debts. It's all ratio analysis. That's the stuff I love. My spreadsheet tells me exactly what to pay off. Fun stuff.
So exciting.
But there's a lot of times where we can say to the client, I'm talking $1,500 a month, $2,500 a month.
I had a couple clients last year that we did new homes for, that they ended up paying off student loans or car payments or whatever, and they were saving money by buying the new house.
Yep.
And
we cleaned up we set the record internally for 27 debt payoffs.
Wow.
The processor said don't ever break that record.
Yes.
But we look at everything. It's numbers driven, and we want to give you, the client, in the best financial shape possible with the lowest debt to income, so then you can therefore write the best offer.
Yes. And so what that also enables me to do as the listing agent, and it helps the buyer, they can put their house on the market, but there's not that, oh my God, that panic.
That panic.
Yeah, right. So like in all the ones we did last year, each of those people was able to stay in their home. They were purchasing the new one. We got theirs on the market. We did, always end up selling them.
Yep.
But the panic of I'm going to lose that house goes away because you've got it tied up because you've got a non-contingent loan.
Yep.
Yes.
So I mentioned that some of the other lenders that do bridge loans have a 6-month period where it needs to be paid off. Okay. I'll tell you why that doesn't always work. We had one client that bought a fixer-upper. Okay. They wanted to blow out the kitchen. They wanted to redo all the bathrooms. It was a very dated house. We didn't need all of the equity in their existing house deployed towards the new place. So they had a nice chunk of change where they could do all the construction projects at the new house before they even moved in and still stayed in their existing house. So one of the great benefits of a bridge loan is you get to move once. You don't have to move in with grandma and grandpa for 4 weeks because you sold your house too quick.
Or with Boomer and Lori.
Or with us.
Right.
Yes.
Because you take care of a lot of people.
We take sometimes. So that worked great. If they would have been with another lender that only allowed 6 months, that project,
and they needed more time.
It wouldn't have worked. And once they did move into the new place, there were some things that they needed to shore up before listing the existing house that they had just moved out of. Maybe some foundation problems that the listing agent said, hey, we should address this before it's even brought up in an inspection. So that is one of the reasons why not having a 6-month defined time frame to do your bridge loan or to pay it off, that's when that really shows its beauty.
And 6 months goes by fast. It goes by really, really fast.
There's not many homes that are out there listed for 6 months, especially in this market. If it is, it's probably not priced accordingly, or there's something
wrong with
it. And I'm sure the listing agent, you would probably tell your client, like, hey, we need to
do a price reduction.
We need to change the plan.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a different ball game with our team.
I can't stress enough how great it is. And just so we're not confusing people, when he's talking about the 6 months, he's talking about that's what other lenders do.
Other lenders,
theirs goes up to 25 years, which you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't
take that long.
Let you. So technically, you could be in our bridge loan for 10 years, paying interest only each month on whatever balance is drawn out there.
Yeah. And you wouldn't recommend that either.
I would not recommend that, but it's there. And if you should be in that product for 10 years and you don't listen to our advice on changing it up, it automatically converts to a 15-year fully amortizing loan where you make monthly payments and it's retired at the end of the 25th year.
And that's what I do like, is that you look at so much more and you're analyzing everything. And I just sent you a client last week and I told him, Boomer will give you the great same advice on the lending side that I give you on the listing and selling side. Yep. And it's about what is best for that client, yep. Right?
It's not a sales
It's
pitch.
not a sales.
As much as I love like the
numbers and the spreadsheets,
the service side of things, I love the numbers.
I know you do.
So
you are boring. Yeah. No, but it is a great product. It does put me in a position with my buyers to be way more competitive, along with all the other things that we know to do in an offer to make them stand out. Yep. So it's a great product. I love it. If you have questions, reach out to Boom, because it's just a phone call, if it would even apply to you. It's a quick conversation.
One quick point. So I mentioned that $300,000 home value, the $100,000 mortgage, $200,000 of equity. Mm-hmm. We're able to lend up to 80% of the value. So in that situation, there'd be a total lendable amount of $240,000. If we paid off your mortgage, you have $140,000 of equity to deploy towards, down payment, paying off debt, closing costs, fixing up the new place, fixing up the existing place, whatever it may be. I jokingly say, if you want to go to Vegas, go for it, but not my recommendation.
Not your recommendation.
So, but
he has a lot of recommendations.
Stay away from this one. Stay if you want to stay out of trouble, for sure.
If you want to stay out of trouble, for sure, right?
Yeah.
That is all great advice.
Yeah.
So,
non-contingent offers, name of the game. Can you get contingent offers, accepted?
Sure. Yeah.
I see it. But every time we get into those situations, we are looking at those numbers to see if we can, hey, surprise, surprise, this is going to work.
Right. Yeah. And that's a great surprise when that does happen that way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Good information. I hope you guys enjoy it. Good win last night for the Bulldog girls and boys.
Yep.
Great wins. 7th grade basketball today I'm excited about.
Yep. It's hoop season officially, for sure.
It is. Popcorn season.
We're nearing, we're
getting close.
Like fourth quarter in the season, pretty much.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Enjoy the beautiful weather. I see the sun shining there behind Gail's head, or maybe that's just the ray of sunshine that she has around her.
There is an aura about her.
There is an aura. Yeah, there's an aura around her. Always call me, Cathy, 616-915-2890 for any of your real estate needs, questions, whatever.
And Boomer, 616-902-0796.
You want to give me a smooch?